All right, you're welcome. Good to have you guys. You guys are very, very wonderful. Tammy, Angela, Skills Squib, you guys, so nice to have you. Jenny Stackle, so nice to have you. The network is misbehaving, so I have up to record the live and then post it. All right, so I want to say thank you to everybody who has been on this live challenge from day one to this point in time. It's not a small feat. It's not something that anybody should take lightly. It's huge. The commitment is huge. I'm super grateful for the commitment. Super duper grateful for the commitment. Super duper grateful for the commitment. I am very, very grateful. I do not take it for granted. Kudos to you guys. Okay, so yesterday I spoke about the game of opportunity and I explained a couple of things, a lot of things actually about opportunity. One of the things that I want you to remember about what I discussed yesterday, if you can go back to watch the video, it will be a very wonderful thing, especially if you have not seen the video. But since you are here now, let me just tell you briefly some of the things that I explained in details yesterday. I explained that what you call opportunity, what people call opportunity, for example, if I were to ask you to write about the biggest opportunity that you are looking for right now, like you're waiting, there's a particular opportunity that you're waiting for. If I ask you to write about it now, I say, just write it for me in a sentence, you will realize that you will not be able to come up with any opportunity that is outside what you are presently doing. That should tell you something. In fact, that should tell you everything. But in case you are still wondering, okay, so what am I trying to say? Where are you what are you getting at? Doc, where are you going with this? You see, the big opportunity is always just like a brother to the small opportunities. Point is, the person that you know, that seems to have all the big opportunities, like, this guy doesn't get opportunities. That guy that you know, that lady that you know, that seems to have all the opportunities, that is the same person who has been taking small opportunities that other people don't count as opportunities. Remember when I taught you guys about the game of appreciation, I told you that the root word meaning of appreciation means to set at a price, which means that it is by appreciation that you make something valuable or not. And then if you appreciate something, you make it valuable. If you make it valuable, you are able to get lots of money for it. And I used very relatable examples. It is now that appreciation now that has come into play now, because a lot of people have opportunities, but they do not have appreciation for those opportunities. They think that those opportunities are nothing. And because they think they are nothing, they didn't take the opportunities. And because they did not take the opportunities, they didn't get the big one that they thought was opportunity. So it is never going to happen that a person will find a big opportunity having disrespected small opportunities along the way. I explained to you that thing that you call the last straw that broke the camel's back. See that last straw as the big opportunity I'm waiting for. The last straw is unable to break the camel's back without the help of the other straws that have gone ahead and were already on the camel's back. The reason the last straw is called the last straw is because there were the set of straws that are already gone. Those are the small opportunities. That is how a person will get big opportunities. And I explained, and I gave you the task. The task I gave you was very, very simple. Internalize the fact that you are now able to recognize opportunities. People see opportunities in different ways. You must see it better. I explained to you that gravity is opportunity to fly. Difficulty is opportunity to grow. Challenges are opportunity to learn. Sadness are opportunity to be happy, and so on and so forth. I explained to you, I use those terms against you so that you can understand that life is always presenting opportunities to you. Always. Life is always presenting opportunities to you. Look at my eyes as if I've drank something. I did not drink anything. I just had my bath and came for this live. Okay. So today I want to talk about the game of selling. The game of selling. And I want to go through the point because, you see, selling is a broad topic. But I want to go for this topic at the principle level, at the base, at the foundation level. Because once you understand this, every other book that you read about marketing will be a plus to you. You have to understand it. It is very, very important that you understand it. It is very important that you understand it. Very much important that you understand it. You have to understand it. Okay? What I want you to do is to grab this principle, and then every other thing that anybody gives you concerning selling, or every other thing that I'm going to be talking about selling in future, will just be a huge plus for you. Okay? Now, the root word for sell is, there are two words. There's a particular word from German. There's a particular root word from what you call Anglo-Saxon, All right, so that was the beginning of English, the English lineage. Okay? Now, the root word, both mean the same thing. One is seller, one is selling, but basically, what I want you to pick out of this is that root word actually means give up or give it up, which basically means to give something to somebody upon request, or to give something to somebody upon affirmation or upon unconscious request. Basically, it just means to give something to somebody. So now that should tell you something. That should tell you something, because if you come to the root word that selling is giving, selling is asking to be given, you will understand how you should not stress, one, how you are able to overcome the concept of rejection, how this will help you to learn that rejection is not personal, and that the person that you are selling to has the right to give or not to give. And then you are grateful even if all you had was audience. And you're also able to understand that the person who does not give today may give tomorrow. It is that knowledge that I want to pass across tonight, and I want you to use that knowledge to shape your whole realities going forward. Okay, keep that on one side. I'm going to come back to that, but keep it on one side. The other thing I quickly want to say before I go deep into the things I want to discuss today is, you see, when it comes to selling, selling is the simple, singular, most wonderful skill anybody can have. It's the simple, most singular, most wonderful skill anybody can have. It is not only because it gives you money or resources, it's because selling helps you to embody a lot of other critical skills. Lots of other critical skills. It helps you to use emotional intelligence, profiling, response, several things that it allows you to do. Observation, it allows you negotiation, it allows you to embody a lot of other skills. So take it, selling. And one thing that you will realize is that selling is never going to go out of trend. So if there's anybody that was afraid, this thing now, this job now, very soon now, they will not have this job. Very soon somebody will take this job. Very soon, it is not going to happen. Selling is not going to stop. Selling is going to always be in trend. The technology or the platforms may change, the products or services may change, but the selling itself will continue to exist for as long as human beings are on the surface of this planet. Okay. Now, when it comes to selling, there are different categories of people, two broad categories of people. Okay. Each of the categories are also broken down into two, but let me just keep it at two broad categories so that if I explain with the categories, you are able to understand what I am trying to say. There are those who know, and then there are those who don't. I'm going to explain it, but just keep it in mind. There are those who know, and there are those who don't. Remember where I started from? I started from explaining the root word. I started from explaining to you that it means to give it up, or to give it, or to give. Okay, that's what those are what the root words of sell means originally. Okay, very good. Please keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to selling, there's a saying that people don't invest into organizations, people invest into people. Which means that if somebody had the same business idea and the same capacity with Dangote, and they both have the same business plan and the same level of expertise on that, and then Dangote also comes with the same business plan, and you are the billionaire and you are to invest, the chances are that from what we know now, you are going to invest in Dangote. Why are you going to invest in Dangote? Because it's already the same business idea. So why need to just do a mini minimal and just pick anyone that falls in? Because apparently same skill, same capacity, same business plan, same thing. Why are you investing in Dangote? You are investing in Dangote because Dangote is Dangote. Because you have bought the idea of Dangote. Because you have given it to Dangote. Like when people say, let's give it to him. That guy, his head is correct. Let's give it to him. That person, that guy has sold himself to you as somebody whose head is correct. And you have bought that about him. So even if you don't say it consciously, it is conscious saying that brings about when people say, let's give it to him. Sometimes you don't say it. Most times people don't say it, but it's there. You know artists that you like. You know artists that you are going to buy their songs. You know artists that you are going to buy their song before they release the song. So it means that it was not the song that you are buying. It is the artist that you are buying. Some artists cannot sing anything that you are going to find interesting. And then some artists cannot sing anything that you are going to find terrible. Why? Because you are not listening to the song. You are listening to the artist. The idea is that people buy people. And then if people buy people, what people sell or what people should be selling is people. For example, what I should be selling is myself, not the product. People who buy me are the ones who will buy the product. People who don't buy me will not buy the product. Okay? So it may sound strange to you